Okay, back again in Emoji Gaming. So since I most likely didn't have a sufficient time to do the 1 hour Animoji of the Cyberpunk games, so I think I decided to do the newest, or the one that I just recorded on the previous day, which is the Watch Dogs 2. So basically I already record this on the Zoom as well when I try to play it on the PlayStation 4, but I'm not sure where did I save the footage, since most likely it will be on my old gaming PC hard drive, which are not currently accessible right now. So yeah, that's the reason why I decided to reinstall on the PC on the Dream Gadget, even though for some reason there is a pop-up from the Ubisoft Connect that said my CPU and also the GPU are below the minimum requirements, even though my CPU is basically far from the recommended CPU, and for the GPU maybe it's most likely above as well, because the AMD RDNA 2, the 680M, should be equal to GTX 1050 Ti, which is the same like the HD 7970. So I'm not sure whether it is actually the recommended requirements or not, but yeah, I tried to do the ultra settings, but it seems to be a little bit lag, so I decided to reduce into the very high. Beside, the resolution that I currently use is just 720p, which is pretty light, especially when you try to compare with the full HD. So yeah, that's the reason why I can do it on very high settings, because maybe it's still graphical instance. But to be honest, I'm still not really like this game, because the user interface are a little bit weird, to be honest, especially when you try to compare between the first Watch Dogs or even the next installment of the Watch Dogs, which is the Watch Dog Legion. So this video is around 30 minutes, and I don't know, it's just basically the one that I already explained before on the previous Animoji of the Saints Row the Third. So it's just gonna be recording the infiltration into the CTOS Bloom headquarters on the San Francisco, using the characters that we obviously cannot change because this is not the Watchdog Legion. But even though the graphical quality, the ambient is still pretty much the same, but sadly just cannot do the similar things. And after completing those prologue mission, it's already 2% of the total game completion. So I'm actually, it's pretty weird, because I'm just afraid that this game is just very short in terms of the story, even though there will be many side mission, but I just wanted to do more on the story, because the Watchdog Legion is also not that long, but side mission is pretty interesting, even though I started to get bored. That's the reason why I decided to move the game into the old gaming PC. So right now the SSD 2230 256GB from Toshiba Kioxia contains both of them Epic Games, even though I was downloading the Watchdog 2 from the Ubisoft Connect, because it's already integrated, so it can be downloaded either way, which is pretty good. So, and yeah, there's no, it's just so random. It's just the recruitment from the dead sex, but it's already very experienced. I just don't get it. Yeah, since it was recorded with Zoom instead of OBS Studio, so the sound is not that immersive and it's often on mute for some reason.
Find and erase your personal CTOS profile. Whatever they have on me, it's all bullshit, and I'm sick of getting harassed for it.
All the more reason for a purge. We'll be watching.
Try to keep up.
By the way, we put this playlist together to set the mood. Hope you like it.
So, yeah, as you can see, it is kind of like the combination between the UI from the first Watchdog and the Watchdog Legion. But yeah, if you already played Watchdog Legion, it is kind of the most intuitive one. For some reason, it is all about stealth, and I'm actually die at the first attempt because I was get noticed by the guard who obviously have guns, and I only got for some sort of yo-yo. And yeah, that's the reason why I didn't know what to do. Because for some reason I just cannot crunch anymore. So yeah, since I'm using the realistic difficulty, so it's only two bullets from a handgun to kill me. So I think I'm not sure whether I will use a trainer or not, because this was a free games that I got from the Epic Games, but it's also connected into my Ubisoft account from first kind of console. So I'm just afraid it will be banned. I'm not sure. I think as long as I don't actually play online, or at least turn on my internet connection, but not sure whether it is possible to play the game or not without an internet connection. Because when I was playing on the PlayStation 4, so the online player seems to be directly enter your single player world, so without having to do with the PlayStation Plus, but it's basically not really important because it's most like more likely like the Need for Speed 2015, which is pretty weird because yeah, it's like a shared world, but it's not that collaborative, perhaps. I'm not sure. So it's not dedicated online experience. So yeah, if not, it was just a yo-yo, but it's definitely produced a lot of blood. And since he's always carry on sling bag, it's basically his laptop. So there is still actually hack using laptop, not just a phone like Watchdog Legion, which basically everyone can hack. Maybe because there's already artificial intelligence assistant, which will obviously help you from the servers. So yeah, this one is when I try to play it on the PlayStation 4, since I already continued the completion that was already done by the previous owner or the college friends. So I just don't know about the closed circuit terminal, because during that time I also haven't played Watchdog Legion yet, which reminds me of many aspects from the first Watchdogs, because it's been a while that I was playing with the Watchdogs, even though I'm not sure where will where that I used to install it,
You're
because
wasting your
definitely
time.
it's much modern than when I was playing the Saints Row the Third,
He's not in.
because the Watchdog
Gotcha.
was released
So that's him.
when the PlayStation 4
He's
was
got a gun.
just
Is that a problem?
firstly introduced.
Well, problems are why you keep me around, right?
Time him. I'm curious.
Too late. He's in.
Already?
So the world is not as modern as on the
Give me a
Watchdog
real
Legion,
answer. I'm just
obviously.
not that into aliens or video games.
So
Not
it's
just into
still
aliens.
kind of
It's-
like
come on. Anyone
the
else having a problem
same
with their phone?
time like in
Oh, go.
the first Watch Dogs, but in a more geeky world, because it's take place on the Silicon Valley, where
Who is he?
there are
It's
many geek.
Retro. The home domain awareness hacker? That Retro?
Yes. We told you that already?
Yeah, I never listened.
Not sure whether even though I already reduced the quality from ultra to very high, but it's still a little bit stuttering. It reminds me of when I tried to play the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition, which I first tried to increase all of it into the maximum setting, but it turns out I prefer to reduce all of it, because it's just make it prevent any stuttering and also make the game more smooth. Because yeah, basically it's just full of indoors as well, so maybe that's the reason why I haven't experienced any lag yet.
What's his deal?
He was raised in Oakland but was born in...
His deal is he's been hanging around the DedSec IRC and he's got cred. Figured we'd give him a test drive.
on the hardest difficulty. Nobody's been able to delete their CTOS profile before.
I want to see if he's smart, stubborn, or both.
Just don't get it. So this was the hardest, really, because the hardest final mission from the previous Watchdog is just so chaotic. It's even crazier than the Watchdog Legion, because like every corpse is on your tail. Not sure about the Watchdog Legion, because it's just some reinforcement into the indoor places.
Let's keep this simple.
He's done this before.
CTOS tagged him as the prime suspect in a high-tech burglary, so
He's done time.
community service. Not enough evidence. Just the word of CTOS's predictive algorithms. But once in the system,
Always in the system.
holy shit, he went for it.
You won't have much time before the backups kick in.
So Basically, those background sound is just meant to be background sound, background commentary, so he should not hear anything. That's the reason why he didn't answer it with any response, which is really weird because maybe because he's not joining yet. But if you see the server, it's actually very big server. Even
He's
though
going in the
maybe it's
hot
not
aisle.
as big as the server
It's at least
in
120
the
degrees in
Watchdog
there.
Legion, which is just not
Give the man
accessible
props.
to human
He's going the
anymore
mile.
because everything needs to use drone.
It's in the system.
Nobody's gotten that far. This is like the secret cow level.
So we're already halfway of the video and halfway of the mission, obviously, because after this we need to escape the building, which is not automatically done in the cutscene, even though all you have to do is just run. Because, yeah, it's just pretty annoying when you're already infiltrated and you're still doing it. The stealth mode after it. Because, yeah, it's not really important. So yeah, this one is also available. I think this features as well for watchdogs. So it
Why's my threat so high?
even tried to recreate their own fictional programming language called Python rather than Python. It's pretty weird.
This is bullshit. Fuck. Or
Sadly,
I could
we
just
just never really see him again on Watchdog Legion, unlike the first Watch Dogs character, which available as a spin-off in the Watchdog Legion. Maybe because it just prepared for another sequel. I don't know. Because there should be another Watchdog, but
it's gonna drop a little backdoor into the
it's
system so I
just
can
so
get back
unknown,
inside later.
just like the
Sorry,
Far
Bloom.
Cry.
We've got unfinished business.
Because maybe Ubisoft is just focus on the
He's heading
Assassin's
out.
Creed
Bag him.
instead.
Yeah.
So the track features is just never really used on the Watchdog Legion because I prefer to not using stealth instead. So that's the reason why.
You catch that?
But if you talk about the guns that was available on this game, it's just a 3D printed gun, so even though it's still definitely lethal because we're still having a gangs, I guess, in this game. So I'm not sure whether we can actually exchange the weapon as well or not. The controller to run is actually a little bit annoying since I have to press the L3 in order to run. So it's a little bit different and weird. Unlike the Watchdog Legion controller, which is a little bit better.
Hold it right there.
Help him.
Where the fuck am I go?
Josh.
Fuck you, Bloom.
In 2013, Chicago realized the promise of smart cities with
And
CTOS,
those
a
guys
citywide operating system merging
should
big data
be
with
the
surveillance, security, and transit programs.
final boss.
With a few hundred
yes,
lines of code,
or
hackers
no.
were able to hijack its central servers and cripple the entire grid. Many believed the
Because it's
attack would be a
gonna be a
killing blow
villain
for smart city
and the
development.
spin-off as
They were
well.
wrong. Coordinated from the heart of Silicon Valley, CTOS 2.0 has been implemented across the United States, ushering in the Internet of Things. 6.4 billion connected devices now serve as collection points, mapping and recording our daily routines, making a more secure and more invasive system. But who else is listening? Big Brother no longer works alone. Thousands of little brothers monitor and aggregate your every move, building a complete digital profile of you to be bought, sold, or stolen in an instant. Toys study your children, reporting their play
It's
habits
called
back
Big
to marketers.
Brother.
Appliances, consoles, and home security systems give corporations a window into your private life. Control of your vehicle and mobile device can now be breached remotely by anyone at any time. You may think that you are immune or underestimate the risk, but your digital shadow is already compromised. Insurance companies use algorithms to monitor your life habits and limit or deny coverage. Health providers determine if your cancer is worth treating. Search results and news feeds are skewed to bias mood and influence your vote, engineering social uprisings on a massive scale. You are now less valuable than the data you produce. This is the new reality. Going dark is no longer
Even
an
though it
option.
seems to be
With threats to
sophisticated,
personal
but
freedom rising, many are stepping
the
forward.
conspiracy chip
Whistleblowers,
is not
activists, and
yet
hackers have drawn their battle
implemented.
lines, putting the establishment on watch. But are they
Even
threats
in the most
themselves, or have they
modern
become
Watchdog
freedom's last line of
Legion,
defense?
even though
Freedom's
there
last line of
used to
defense.
be an experiment, it's already an experiment by the Glen Galley.
So, am I in?
Welcome to DedSec.
So just like the iconic view of the Golden Gate Bridge, it reminds me of the
I'm
internship
Satara.
movie.
This sweetheart
Comedy
is
movie.
Josh, aka Hot
That
Sauce.
was
Yo,
basically
your hot sauce?
a product
Man,
placement
I love your frat house hat. Real talk.
for Google.
Thanks.
This weirdo's Wrench.
The needs of the many.
And this Casanova is Horatio.
What's up, brother?
Man,
The weirdest thing is the range is
it's the
never
crew, huh?
really
Took y'all long enough to come get me.
put off
Shit.
their ass.
You saw Bloom's bullshit. CTOS isn't just regulating infrastructure. The amount of personal data that thing is collecting is fucking mind-blowing.
Yeah. It's Big Brother and Little Brother all rolled up into one.
Sees everything you do and tells on you.
Thank you, Josh.
So what's the fix?
Sledgehammers and fire. No,
Is
sledgehammers on
eating.
fire.
All of that data in one place means they can reject your
It's like
fucking
a
application
freak.
before you click on it.
I wonder how
Congratulations, you have been pre-rejected for our
it
credit
can
card.
be
Or your house or your
villain.
insurance.
That's not even the worst case scenario. All that data in the hands of the government, They'll arrest you for shit before you even do it.
Yeah, I've been there. I don't fucking know why. Man, fuck it. Fuck it, man. We're hackers. We outthink. We out there. I say we tear down the fucking wall. Hey, show everyone what Bloom's up to, man. Show the world that their personal data is being used to rob them of their fucking freedoms. Fuck. I installed a back door, so all we gotta do is walk right through.
Hold on.
What?
He installed the back door, so all we have to do is walk through.
Bingo.
Just don't get it why those
Hey, man.
vectors just not
You got the
nowhere
time?
to be
Oh, yeah,
found
man. I got it.
by their engineers.
Oh, late for a night run, isn't it? Hey, what you running from the cops?
Maybe I am one.
Hey, you look familiar.
Good party.
King, this mother. Fuck you, Bloom.
Just don't get it why still carrying the bag. It should be a little bit heavy to carry on laptop all the time.
Hello?
This looks like a
phone is
CJ.
It's your new phone.
Modern
Where's
CJ.
my phone?
In the ocean, where you threw it, I think. I don't remember. I was pretty smashed. Look, meet us at the hackerspace.
Where?
Check your pics and figure it out.
So there's an artificial intelligence assistant as well. The sound is pretty much like Jaxi, which is a fictional AI assistant from a comedy movie as well.
Oh,
That
who's
also
placing
takes
my
place
hand?
in San Francisco for some reason. And he was wake up like a hangover movie. So we are already approaching the end of this video. It's only 2 minutes remaining. So I decided to save the progress, or I can actually save the progress because everything seems to be autosave. So
Yeah. I guess I was lit, huh?
I just tried to
Like Mardi Gras.
exit the game.
Go get yourself something to wear, and I'll tell you where to go next. Oh, and you'll need your phone ready for operations. So hit the store and download your apps before you get here.
Damn, walk of shame on my first day.
So we cannot just enter the building again, obviously. And yeah, everything, including the game option, needs to be accessed from the mobile. Really, it's just really weird because yeah, the Watchdog Legion make it more intuitive because we're no longer use phone, not only phone but also wearable, which also act as the augmented reality perhaps. So yeah, that's the reason why it seems to be a little bit easier rather than accessing phone all the time. Just making it a little bit harder, unlike the use of phone in the Grand Theft Auto 4 or Grand Theft Auto 5. Which is just a simple way, even though there's still several secrets that you can do on the mobile phone. So it's only several seconds remaining, so I think the save it seems to be